Good morning, everybody. This is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I have another recently completed journal for you. She is going to be for sale in my Etsy shop, and I have free shipping on right now. I have 3 other journals for sale in there as well if you'd like to take a peek, but let's get on to this little lovely. She is called Nature's Garden, and she is a little larger than my other journals. She's 9 1/4 inches by 7 inches, an 8-inch gator mouth, and a 2.5-inch spine. She has ridges built into her spine work, and she also has some decoration on the back as well. And what I did with these reliefs, these are raised reliefs. They are made with modeling paste and with stencils and then hand painted. There's copper gilding around the edges and multi-levels of lace layered onto the spine. And this is her front. She has a metal journal plate on the front and some beautiful floral work on the front. She is bound with a handmade rope that I made, a twine, which is easily removable. And she has room to grow. If you would like to put more in there, this twine will handle a lot more growth in her. And let me give you a close-up of her spine jewelry. She's very thick, chunky spine jewelry. It's made with beautiful ribbons and sari silks and laces. And I've put 4 different boho beads in here that I have constructed. Here's the other one. 3. There's a little fish on it. And this is one of the bead elements that I made, or button elements that I made in the button class. Okay, so there you go. This is easily removable. It's on a bulldog clip. You can put that aside. And I'll just get my book assist here and we'll take a peek inside. Okay. All right. Checking for view. Okay, so this is her inside cover. And as always, I include the explanation note. The note from the bookmaker, me, explains a little bit about the book and how it can be used, or how some people like to use them. And then I have a handmade envelope here. This is one of my 4 pocket envelopes, and I've stuffed it with different journaling cards with prompts on the back. This is a calling card. May came by. This is a vintage calling card. Probably antique, actually. It's over 100 years old. And this is a, whoops. This is on a, oh, no, okay, no, this is actually 2 little cards together. Yes. Put them together to give you extra writing space. And I've placed some stamps inside that can be removed there as well. And I also added a little coin. This is a coin from Italy. It's a beautiful coin. I believe it's a lira. 500 lira, which I believe they do not use anymore as they're on the euro system now. But they're gorgeous, and I just thought it would be a nice addition. All right, so on the next page, we have some labels, an ex libris. Ex libris means from the library of, or this book belongs to. You can put your name there. And I've put in behind here, this is one of my original watercolor arts I've added into here, and she just demonstrates some of the colors of the book. This can be removed, as you can see. I've added a handmade envelope out of a book page, and this is a beautiful shell button, vintage button. And inside here, we have some writing paper to give you a little extra writing room. But we also have this very, very interesting letter from 1899. 1899. And I love this letter because I'm not going to read it to you or anything, but I just want to let you see it starts with, my dear daughter, whoops, and then it ends with, your father. And how nice that a dad was writing to his daughter. I thought that was very touching. A lot of the antique and vintage letters I come across are from ladies. And this was nice to find one from a dad to a daughter. Okay, So we have that. And then we have a little cluster in the corner, a fabric cluster with some sari silk and bling, and a lovely little note there from a plant book. Okay, and if we look down the side, we do have 4 signatures in this book, and each one of the signatures has a dangle related to nature on the side. And it's called, the labels are notes, hopes, wishes, and dreams. And we carry on. All right, I placed in here a reproduction of one of my larger watercolors just for fun, and there's some stenciling behind here. This is removable, of course. Mostly putting in these to inspire you to do things with your own art and things like that. Your own art might be very different style than mine, so but you know what, putting a little art in your journals is a very fun thing to do. Okay, this page is actually a flip up on a belly band, and it gives you more writing space here, and this has been embossed and painted, dyed, and put a little sparkle on there for you. And I put a little cluster here on the belly band, which has been hand dyed. Here is a removable little booklet, so you have extra room for writing, and it has the poem of The Abduction of Persephone. And this is a little Victorian trade card in the corner, which I thought was so cute. And this is an authentic lithograph from a book from the 1800s with just gorgeous images. So I thought I'd share one of those with you. It had a nature image. And this is a lovely coffee stained paper. This acts as an upper tuck. And we carry on. Now here we have a side tuck, and it contains this lovely picture. I love this picture of these ladies dressed up. I would imagine this is from the 20s. No date on the back, but from the little pin curls in the hair, possibly. And I like how they're in their long maxi dresses, and they're putting their best foot forward on the front lawn. And I was noticing the cars looks like 1920s, possibly 30s. Very interesting. Here is a vintage 1913 check from the Farmers Union. Actually antique, over 100 years old. And there's a stamp in the corner and some lace here and some paper backing. And we have some more goodies here. We have a glass button up in the corner with an upper corner tuck. And this is a journaling card, more space for you to write on. And this is an old receipt. I believe it's, not exactly sure of the date. Oh, here, 1958. And there's more journaling space for you here. Some lovely crinkly tracing paper. This, I believe, is called a raggedy. I believe Nick the Booksmith termed those, but basically they're removables, and they're just hodgepodges of whatnot. And I put on here a collage of nature-themed items and inked them all up, and then just put this little vintage button on the back with a stamp. And this is removable. Here's some old vintage leather. Here's some ledger paper. And this is a handmade envelope. No, this is an envelope that I decorated, sorry. And this is a beautiful sewn journaling card with the word spirit. And I love this picture of this man in his yard with his German Shepherd, just enjoying maybe the fall day. That reminds me of where I grew up in Canada. Had a lot of days like that. Always wearing the big coats. A tiny little envelope in the corner with some decor and some stamps. Washi and stenciling on the page. Around the world stenciling. Oh, here's a lovely vintage Valentine's card. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a fabric Valentine. And this I got a kick out of. It says, "Love Judy," crossed out, "Love Judy." So I think maybe the ink smudged and she wrote it again. I don't know, but I thought it was very cute. And just the paper, and it has little sparkles on it. It's just they used to go to a lot of extra detail back then with the cards. Some stamping here with some roses and some avocado dyed paper. And here we have a little booklet, or a little pocket with multi pockets in it, and this is a little extra different kinds of paper. You can tear these out or you can write on them. Just something fun. Little extra journal in there. And here's a vintage seed packet. And you can tuck little items in there. Little cluster in the corner. Okay. Here's a little tri pocket, side pockets. And these are all removable. And they have little ribbons at the top. And you can write, I believe you can write on the back of those. And these are very cool. I want to show you these. This is a little handmade pocket that I made at the bottom with a side tear from a book page here, some writing space. But these, if anybody recognizes these, let me show you the back. These are from the New York World's Fair, 1964, 1965. So I thought that was kind of cool. And they had little, different little nature themes on them. So in they went. Some extra journaling space. And here's a lovely multi-pocket here. 1, 2, 3 tucks here. And have some of these little journal cards for you. Beautiful images on them. So I believe I used the graphics fairy in here for some images and public domain. And these are bookmarks. And they're removable. And there's a little cluster in the corner with some washi tape. And this is some very neat hand writing of music. So somebody sat down a long time ago and wrote that out by hand. I have to see if my husband can play that. He's learning to play the piano. Here's some more writing space underneath. And in the center of the first signature, we have Edith Holden page, always beautiful. And I put some of these little cutouts of flowers as the little tabs. And here's another one of my original watercolor paintings I put in here for you. You can use this as a bookmark or what have you not, your choice. This was neat. This is a one-year scholarship, high school, 1897 to 1937. But basically, it just expired March 1937. I'm sorry, apparently we cannot use this one anymore, but almost, we were really close. But that's an original, kind of neat. And here's a little herbal quote up there, botanical quote, with some decorated ginkgo leaves down the side. Some more hand stamping. And here's a tall pocket with, this could be a bookmark or journaling space. And a little cluster in the corner with stamps and bling. Here's a fully loaded pocket with all sorts of goodies in it. Journaling cards, prompts on them, writing space. This is an embossed envelope. You may want to tuck a few goodies in there. And here's a giant tag. I'm in love with these giant tags lately for some reason. I think they're really cool in this side tuck. Gives you more writing space and they're hefty and just fun. They feel good. Lots of stenciling in here. And here we got some stamping and a little label. And this is a little removable extra journaling space or tear pad, whatever you'd like to use it for. And that reveals more journaling space for you. Okay. And here we have some ribbon made out of paper. And it's bordering more journaling space for you. Some pretty stickers. And I've used a little collage of fabric here in some green and earth tones for that feeling of being outside, nature, fall coming. More writing space, more crinkly coffee dyed tracing paper with bee stamps. And here's some fun little extra writing spaces I've created for you. These are all little flip ups or flip downs with a little writing prompt inside, topped with some lace and stenciled. Here is some vintage ledger from 1951. Beautiful piece. You can just admire this as is or, use pieces and parts of it for your own artwork. Here's a lovely old vintage postcard from Virginia, handwritten. I leave this as an open tuck so it's easy to load things in here. And here's just a fun little journal card. This is a mathematical book that I made a double envelope out of and put some a real leaf and a button and a little picture there. All right, we have another tall envelope here with, looks like Adam and Eve. That picture is from Leonardo Da Vinci. He's one of my favorites, so I like to use a lot of his work. And here's one of these pockets that I made the other day. It's a 4-pocket tuck, and it has all sorts of goodies in it. A Latin to English vocabulary card, stamps, tickets, postcards, bookmarks, and this is a trifold little writing note place for extra journaling. This is also from the Leonardo book. He's my man. Okay. This is a beautiful poem called My Soul and I, and I just collaged it on here, and I thought it was beautiful all by itself. I went around and did the paper cutting on the sides. Here's some more of the crinkly stamped coffee dyed tracing paper. This is a flip out to give you more writing space. Lovely little card. And a fabric belly band that I made from a snippet, fabric snippet roll that I've been creating. Great way to use up the fabric trimmings. Here is a, oh, come on out. Okay, there we go. Here's a beautiful old piece of currency from, looks like Mozambique. And it was green, and I thought the color matched well with the journal. Here's a little garden notebook, or it's the journaling card from the cover of a garden notebook. And a nice little journaling card. And in the back there's a Scantron from an old 1980s computer. Anybody remembers those? I do. Oh, this is a paper bag that's been stamped and decorated, and it has multi-pockets. And in here you have this lovely receipt from 1896 from a printing company. It's a real one. It's not a reproduction. I love to buy old items and stuff my journals with them and just feel like I want to share all the amazing things from days gone by with others. It's so neat when you get them in their hands and you see the real signatures from people. The Yearling, I thought that was perfect for this book. Anybody remember reading The Yearling? Great story. Or watching it on TV. This is a little lumber company. Potlatch Lumber Company, 1913. Either a stock certificate or a receipt. Not sure. Here's a lovely photo. I love this picture, but then when I turned it around in the back, I thought this was interesting. It says Queen Victoria, August 1st, 38. And I'm wondering if this is in Australia, possibly, if anybody knows. Looks kind of like geez, I want to say in America, over in, it's not the Grand Canyon, but there's another area over there, the valley, where you can climb these things. Oh goodness, I was there. I can't remember the name of it. But it has buttes and mesas and things like that. Very beautiful. Angel Trail, I think, is the one you take to the top. Somebody will think of it. Okay. Another little writing place. Beautiful tree on here. And this is a receipt from a company. It's blank, but it does give you a lot of extra journaling space. I thought that was neat to include. There's a lot to discover in here. Let's see how we're doing. 19. I'm going to try and get this one done in one video. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. All right, here is a lovely tall journal made out of a book page, and I put some ephemera and a check from 1914 in here. I'll let you discover that. And here is a letter from 1948. I believe it's a card, actually. Yes, it's a card. Vintage card. Daughter at Easter. Oop. There we go. And I thought this was really pretty stenciling that happened on the back of this page, and like the way that came out, the multicolors. That was fun to play with. I'm going to do more of that. And here's one of these, what I call waterfall journals, where the pages slide down from each other, so you have lots of extra writing space in all the backs. Some beautiful lace from some sort of table cover or doily, vintage. Here's a tall pocket, or it's not a tall pocket, it's a mid-sized pocket to hold tall items, yes. And in here I got all sorts of goodies. Here's an old Greyhound receipt. Here's a card from 1933. Here's, I believe this is a Ringling Barnum and Bailey ticket from 73. And this is a beautiful page I got in a collection of ephemera. Some old, either, it looks like Chinese characters to me or Japanese writing, I'm not sure. But it's made on a very, very thin, almost like a tissue paper or something, but very cool. All right. I'll put that in after. And here's a receipt from 1942. And here's a calendar from 1896. Some book pages of botanical books. More writing space. This is Edith Holden, and in the center I put a little key. And this is a collage page made with washi tape and some beautiful images. Some map, specimen label. Show you. Yep. Yep. And a calling card. And who came this time? Mrs. Hester A. Hayes. There you go. Hester came by. Maybe for tea. And here's a beautiful sewn around journaling card. A little inspiration on the back. And don't forget to leave without your prepaid stock certificates. You got 100 shares. I'm sure these are highly valuable. From Building and Loan Association, Oklahoma. So there you go. That's a real one. And here's some embossing I did on an old music page in gold. And a side tuck here with some seam binding that I hand dyed down the side. And some more botanical book page. Graph paper. Oh, here we go. Sorry. All right, let's calm down, everybody. Mama's doing a video. Fat chance. Okay. Sorry. Hopefully it will be quick. Okay, here's a journaling card. Whoop, hang on. Okay, we're still going. I hit the right button. Okay. Journaling card in this little handmade envelope. Journaling cards. And this is a public domain picture, I believe. Yeah, I think so. And here is a cute little journaling card. I think this is Graphics Fairy. Like I said, a lot of this is removable to increase writing space for the writers out there. And this I just hand drew with some liquid pearls, some lavender sprigs. Kind of a fun thing I've been doing lately. And more writing space. And this is a little flip out for, yes, more writing space. There you go, with a little prompt, a little poem up in the corner. Lots of different kinds of papers in here. Here's some ephemera from olden days. I just hung it over the top of this graph paper that's been coffee dyed. It's a tear out from a book page. This is neat. This is a receipt from the Union Pacific Railway for, they were shipping walnuts. Apparently lots of walnuts went in this shipment. It's been a walnut company. And here's something from the Southern Canadian Railway Company, all authentic. Okay, a little card there. And here's a double pocket from the side, giving you places to write. These both come out. Oh, quiet now, little guy. Okay. I left a big, this open for you, big pocket, because everything is, it's very chubby as is, so I didn't want to overstuff. Haha. And so we've got another pocket that is, and this is a quadruple pocket, and you have some beautiful journaling cards in here. Places for you to write things. And this little guy, very pretty. And I love this little owl, so cute. And this one. So very pretty places to write, and a little ticket, a little vintage ticket. Beautiful pictures of roses. A lovely, this is a card from, I believe, a mechanic and what was wrong with the car. And I don't know if I can see the date on that one. All right, here we have a glassine bag that's been made into a double tuck spot. You have a calling card in here. Who came by? Minnie Downer came by. And these lovely vintage trading cards. These are antique from the 1800s. And a journaling card. And oh, I have to show you, this is funny. This is an old receipt from the cemetery. And I guess somebody was buying a plot. And they said, this was of to note that it was $9. Whoop, hang on. Okay, we carry on. This is a vintage receipt from a cemetery. And it said it was $9, but it said, we don't give warranty deed for singles, lots. If we did, it would cost you about $5 more. So there you go. Just know there's an upcharge. Hey, guy. All right. And this is a Radio Club vintage card from a radio club. That's kind of neat. And what else do we have in here? All sorts of goodies. You just never know what you're going to find. Oh, here's a beautiful card, vintage card. Happy birthday, sister. Giving you extra writing space. I believe these open up so you can write inside them. They used to make these cards like a page. Okay. And more writing pages, some snowflakes. And here's a beautiful imprint. This is some eco dyeing I did on watercolor paper, and that's an original, and that's included in here, and that's removable. Here's a lovely envelope. And inside here, I have, this is an herbal card. This is chamomile, explanation of the German chamomile, and a tea-dyed index card for writing. Okay. All right, put you back later. And this notes opens up for more note space. Okay. And here's a, I think this is a triple pocket. And this comes out, a little extra writing space. Decorated up. Cute little vintage photo here. Oh, I love this picture. This is two guys. And I thought they were little piglets at first, but I think they're puppies. Aren't they cute? Okay. And, okay. Okay, I'm back. I bribed him with some turkey. All right. So we have this flip, more journaling space. How far did we get? Oh, we're maybe here? Yes. Okay. We have a journaling card. All sorts of decorate as more of a collage card, actually. Oh, I think I showed you that. Oh, yeah. Here was a one of these I made the other day. Using up the book pages. Little space to write on the back. Very fun. Okay. Here's another little envelope with this beautiful German bird cards. They're just gorgeous. I have many of these, and they're just lovely for my collections. And we have here a little receipt, another journaling card. This receipt is from 1939, Farm Service. So you can find all sorts of surprises and little goodies through here. In this is another pocket, and it holds a brad connected file folder flipperoo, the official name, and more journaling cards, and another herbal book, or herbal, this is a flower called, it's a marshmallow. Label, some labels on here. Some more of these little tucks. Let me move my assister as we're halfway past the midpoint. And it has all sorts of little neat things in here for you to explore. The middle of this signature has a lovely metal dragonfly. This is a flip up with multiple pages for you to write upon. More journaling pages. And this is a little removable tearaway notebook with many different kinds of paper in it. Its cover is fabric that has been tea dyed and sewn with a little pretty edge. The back is a different color. And this is just a tall pocket with some more writing space. Okay. And here's a little lovely stuffed multi-pocket with all sorts of stamps and goodies and things inside here. More writing space with a label. This is an upper-lower tuck, and this does come out. Come on. Oh. All right, well, I'm not going to pull it right now. I'll get it out later. But this is another one of my reproductions of my watercolor, and that can be removed. I will make it removable. Here's a little paper clip with canvas lace on it. And here's a little climbing ladder of little items. And here's a flip out with some stamping here for extra writing. More avocado dyed paper. Here's a photo of a lovely lady sitting in her garden. That was 1945. A little handmade envelope there. And we're in the last signature. Here's some tearaway pages for some fun. You can do some collaging or decorating of your journal. Some stamping, a beautiful picture. Here's a flip out with an envelope and a lovely journaling card inside. Okay. Some more ledger paper, more tracing paper. And here is a removable, this is a notebook. It has different kinds of papers inside that have been coffee dyed related to nature and botanical themes. Okay, put you back later. Here's a double side tuck with a flashcard, a stamp and some butterflies. Here is a dried flower I turned into a little picture window, some writing space. Another vintage receipt from 1903, another calling card. And anybody remember these? S&H green stamps. And a little button here from days gone by. This is a flip out of a beautiful bird book. More writing space. Here's another one of my original watercolors that is removable. Edith Holden page with some of these little lovely tabs I designed at the bottom. Okay. And this is some ruffle seam binding I put down the side. And here is a little spins as well. More writing space on these little file folder index card separator thingies. And here we have all sorts of goodies here. I won't pull them all out. 1824, 1955 little ticket. And here's one more little handmade watercolor I've added in here. And this is a public domain picture. And here's another corner tuck with all sorts of goodies. This is a little booklet, a little ephemera, the envelope, and a not a botanical, but a chemical journaling card. Just for some interest. More avocado dyed pages. And almost to the end.